Okay, guys, let me know if you're here. Let me know. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Please. I'm live again. Let me see here. I'm going to go back to my YouTube channel. I really apologize. I think it was my fault. I'm going to have to say this is my fault because I got way too excited. And this is what happens when you get way too excited. You want to try out new things so bad, you're ready to go insane. So, okay, my high def quality video is still not there. Yes, Sharon, thank you so much for coming back. Sharon is here. Flash is here. Thank you, guys. You guys are so awesome. Thank you for being so patient. Thank you for being so cool. Let me move this guy over here. Okay, this is what we're going to be talking about today. I think you're going to get a lot out of this show, y'all. I'm telling you right now, I think you're going to get a lot out of this. So, welcome to Nez Nation Live. So we're here now? Yes, we are here now. Thank you. Thank you. Buffering again, though. Yeah, I don't know if it's, it must be something with my Wi-Fi, or I don't know why. The Wi-Fi should be on fire. Is it that way for everybody? But at least the watermark is gone. Yes, the Ecamm Live demo watermark is gone. Please tell me it is, if you don't mind. Good to see you, Luis. Good to see you, Flash in your pants. So, in this video, just really quickly, I know we've got some issues. I'm going to come to the chat in just a second. But in this, it's frozen. Okay, interesting. You on Wi-Fi? I'm on Wi-Fi right now, Ed. Good to see you. Now you're back. Okay, maybe it could be just the internet. It just could be the buffering. I apologize. Really quickly, because I want to get this out. Yes, Stony is here. Good to see you, Stony. Let me know if you can see your comment on the screen. How cool is that, y'all? And let me know if you can see this guy right here. Let me know how that looks. Some of you guys joined me on Twitch earlier. I was live on Twitch. And according to some people, if I even say the word Twitch, I'm going to get banned from YouTube, so I won't say it anymore. I'm testing out a brand new software that I'm just implementing, and I just paid for it. It's Ecamm Live for Mac, and it's really cool. I can bring your comments up. I don't even have to watch the actual YouTube channel. Everything is done in one little area. I can bring video. I can do screen share. Like, for example, I can do this right here. And look at that. You can see my YouTube channel screen right there with all your chat. I can bring in video. Actually, you know what? Let me test this out.
If your education is not larger than a piece of paper, then it doesn't mean anything. What's behind the piece of paper? There's a billion, trillion, billion, zillion dudes and dudettes, just like you, getting a piece of paper. What's going to make you stand out? Why, Professor Nez, do I need to know how?
Okay, so I'm back now. Could you hear that video that I just played? Let me know if you could. Aren't you fancy? Thanks a lot, Christian. I appreciate that. Yes, I am. You know, I'm trying to make these better quality for y'all. That's what I'm trying to do. Can't hear and see it. Oh boy. Okay, fantastic. So we've got some technical difficulties. I really apologize. Yes, this is Ecamm right now, the same software I was using to go live on, so it's not even letting me go into HD quality. So yeah, I don't know if it's a YouTube thing. I've got extremely high-speed internet and Wi-Fi, so I don't know. Okay, thank you, Christian. Christian said he heard and saw it. Okay, thank you. That means a lot to me. Thank you, Christian. I appreciate it. That darn Murphy. Thank you, Flash. So it's kind of cool. I can bring your questions up here. I can bring your comments up here. This is what's really cool about this software. I've got some cool lower thirds down there, and I've got this image right here, which I'm going to talk about right now, as a matter of fact. So this is what I want to talk about right now. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to deliver more engaging content by learning from the brand new red hot Netflix. Take two. In this video, we're going to learn about how to deliver more engaging content by taking heed from this new inspiring show. At least it's inspiring to me because I love this style of delivery. I love this style of content. It's called Bumping Mics with comedy legends Dave Attell and Jeffrey Ross. And you can see the image right here. That's a little image from the actual show. How many people in the chat have actually seen the actual show on Netflix? Mike says, I like using Streamlabs, Wirecaster Stream, all sites at one time. Yeah, I am going to be implementing that. I'm definitely going to go live. I just started going live on Twitch, and I'm still learning that platform. If anybody knows how to use it, send me a DM or let me know what your ninja hacks are, because I'd love to learn more about that, and I'm all about it. Modern Day Family Man. Hey, Modern Day, let me know if you can see your cool comment on the screen. And let me know what you think of that lower third down there. I think that's pretty cool, too. Good to see you guys. I am so excited to see you guys. You're hanging up a little bit. Okay, Christian says I'm hanging up a little bit. Yeah, I don't know what it is. For some reason, if I actually go to the channel, let's see here. Yeah, it looks like even the HD is not coming in that good. So I'm only coming in at 720 right now. I don't know why. I don't know if it has something to do with, the actual, I don't know if it has something to do with the actual software that I'm using, or if it's my Wi-Fi. It's not letting me go into HD, but that's kind of what's happening right here. So I don't know. Well, I'm still kind of testing. I probably should not have even gone live with this new software that I just got, because I probably should have tested out a little bit more. I tested out on Periscope Producer. I tested out on Twitch. I tested out on Facebook. And I was like, you know what? I'm hooked. I'm like hooked, because I love this opportunity to have a little bit more dynamic kind of interface with you guys, and put your comments up, and put lower thirds up, and put all sorts of interesting information. I can screen share. And I thought the quality of video was very high on Twitch. Yeah, I know. Okay, I got that. Thank you, Luis. Yeah, okay. Don't mention the T word. Okay, I don't want to get banned from YouTube. You're right. Gosh, I didn't know how crazy narnar YouTube was towards the T word. They should be more. They should really take those feelings more to T series, not the other T word. Have you guys been following that whole PewDiePie and T series battle? It's pretty intense. I mean, it is interesting what the symbolism is behind that. It really is interesting. I'm trying to. I talked about. Maybe I should talk about this really quickly, because we're going to talk about this show in just a second. But yes, Modern Day Family Man, good to see you. We're going to talk about the show in just a second, but I'd love to. Yes, please smash the like button. Thank you so much, Christian. Christian, just for that, I'm bringing you up here. Please make sure you smash the like button. Let me see if I can get this a little bigger. Yeah, I think I do. I think I want to make this a little bigger. Yeah, I think that looks cool right there. Have those comments nice and big. Is that too big, you guys think? I'm kind of playing around with this a little bit. But, yeah, I want to make sure that you guys get your... So if you leave a comment, an interesting comment, I'm not just going to keep showing up comments, but interesting comments, interesting questions are going to get carte blanche on the new Ecamm Live software that I just purchased. So I'm really excited to get into the content. But, yeah, I want to do a roll call here. I just want to say hi to everybody that's in the chat. As a matter of fact, let me go and make sure you hit that like button. If you're new to who I am Professor Nez, your personal branding coach, helping you to discover your purpose, communicate your message so that you can grow, impact, change your audience's lives. Yes, we are live right now, Hybrid. Sorry. Hybrid, let me bring Hybrid's question up. Yes, Hybrid. We are live right now. Yes, I just paid for it. I actually did just, okay, Gord says a little bit lower, maybe a little bit smaller. Okay, cool. How's that? Is that better? Maybe a little bit smaller right there. I'm not really quite sure where to put the comments. Maybe I could put them a little bit higher. But yes, yes, I did. I did pay for Ecamm. Ecamm has been sort of a really cool addition, at least a cool complement for Mac users, which, as Gord knows and others know, I'm a big Mac daddy. So, yes. Thank you so much, Sharon. It's so good to see you. I don't know if I like the comment right there on my mug shots. I'm going to bring this down just a little bit. But yes, you can see your comments in the lower part of the picture. Make sure you hit that smash button. Hit that smash button. Hey, guys, in case you haven't yet, make sure you hit the smash button. Is there a smash button? I mean, I'm pretty sure, Flash, you can use Ecamm for PC, but I think, well, actually, maybe not. I could be wrong. But I think it's more specific towards, Mac users. Yeah, hybrid. Yeah, I hear you. If I comment too often, I get denied in the stream. Why is that? That doesn't make any sense. Mike says, the only Mac I have is a McDonald's Big Mac. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. There you have it. Yeah, I know. I kind of want a smash button now, right? Roz, why is it saying that? Is it saying that? Is that a specification that I have? I don't think that is. Let me see. Comments and reactions. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you smash that smash. That's what I'm going to say. Make sure you like the smash button. Make sure you like the smash button. Make sure you smash the smash button, as a matter of fact. That's it. Hashtag like the smash button. Let me get a hashtag like the smash button. If I type too fast and too often. So who's telling you that, Roz? Is YouTube telling you that or what? Finally, the Wi-Fi works. Yes. Is that on your end, Neil, or me? I apologize. Good to see you, Neil. Always good to see crypto in the house. Glad it's not just me. Slow mode. Oh, okay. It's on slow mode. Can I take it off slow mode? How in the world do I do that? Where's my mods at? Let's see here. How do I do non-slow mode? Or am I taking slow mode? Yes, you can do, Modern Day Family Man. Just to answer your question, there's a whole lot that goes into it if you're a Mac user. And I just got confirmation it is just for Mac. YouTube stops. Okay, wait a minute. Thank you, Hybrid. YouTube stops comments if posted too much. It's like spam. Yeah, I noticed that on Nick's stream as well. So maybe that's not just me. Okay. Yeah, so this is really interesting. Good to see you, Neil. Good to see everybody. So yes, Ecamm, you can absolutely. This shouldn't be an Ecamm tutorial. Yes, let's stick on course here. But yes, you can definitely. There's so many resources. You can do multiple cameras. You can do multiple scenes like an OBS. You can stream to multiple places if you have the Restream software. And you can definitely experiment with green screen and effects. So there's a ton of stuff that you can do. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat from Mr. Mike Paulus. Good to see you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. By the way, as I always do, and this is a good reminder, if you ever have any questions related to the stream or related to what we're talking about, definitely, I'm happy to answer those. And as we always say, the super chat questions obviously get first dibs, and then my mods will kind of keep that in order. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Mike. It means a lot to me. So let's talk a little bit. Let's jump into it. It's so good to see you guys. I love seeing you guys every single Sunday. And it just means the absolute world to me. We've got the greatest Nez Nation community on the planet. Make sure you smash the smash button and share this out. So, how many of you in the chat have actually seen this show on Netflix, Bumping Mics, with Dave Attell and Jeffrey Ross? I'm a big fan of roast humor. My hero is Don Rickles and Jerry Lewis. I love the Dean Martin roasts. And really, if you don't know Jeffrey Ross has kind of become sort of the roast master general. I also use this as a litmus test for who are people that I can hang with, because, I'll usually roast them pretty hard when I first meet people. And it's for me, and like it for better or worse. Maybe it's not the best way of doing it, but yeah, you should definitely check it out. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of people see Man of the Hour. You better believe it, Christian. So yeah, so I, for a couple of reasons too, and I think this is going to relate to what I'm about to talk to you about today, what we can learn about delivering more engaging content. So many times, what really roast, let me give you like a brief history on roast comedy. What roast comedy is really alluding to, or what roast comedy really engenders, is it is literally taking a sharp, knife, a sharp Ginsu knife, if you will, and cutting away the layers of seriousness. It's almost like an anti-serious biotic or something. It kills any seriousness you could ever have about yourself and toward others, because in order to survive a roast, in order to get engaged in roasting style comedy, you've got to be able to laugh at yourself. And I find it that my favorite people on earth are the people who can laugh at themselves the most. Okay. Now, I don't mean laugh at myself as like you're some kind of clown. What am I, some kind of clown? What am I, here to amuse you? I'm not saying that. It's what it is it's needling without malice. Hashtag needling without malice. And there's a fine line. And can you cross that line? Absolutely. Does it get too much? Absolutely. But a really, adept comedian or an adept roaster knows that line, is always aware of that invisible line, and makes sure that they don't, cross that too often. And if they do, which we're all human beings, which I've done it too. I've crossed the line many, many times, maybe with even some of you guys watching this on the replay or in the live chat. Yeah, and it can, here's the thing about comedy too. I love what you said there, Hybrid, is yes, Dan Norton is in the house. Make sure you smash the smash button. Make sure you like the smash button. Good to see you when you're coming in. Ed, okay, look at this. Here's Ed. I don't really like that when comedians do that. It's different if they are roasting a friend or another comedian or celeb. Okay, interesting, Ed. I love that. There's a line? Hybrid says there's a line. Yeah, okay, I want to address Ed's question in just a second. Yeah, so, Ed, I totally get where you're coming from, but I'm going to tell you I respectfully disagree. It would have been a dream come true if Don Rickles, it was one of my dreams to get roasted by Don Rickles. Now, I'm not saying there's anything cool about wanting to get roasted or like, ooh, look at me, I want to get roasted. I'm just saying that, like, what a good friend once said to me a long time ago is, if you can't laugh at yourself, you're going to end up crying a lot more in this life. Now, how does this relate to delivering content? And I'll talk about bumping mics in just a second, and you can see this, sort of PIP right here. When we take ourselves too seriously, what we tend to do is we tend to get offended quickly. And if you've ever been around somebody who gets offended quickly, it's kind of like walking on eggshells. It's very difficult to navigate that. You always feel a little bit anxietal, and oh yeah, definitely. I'm gonna put that comment up. You definitely need to. I've always found, especially in business, because I think bringing the human element and bringing that humanness, I'm not saying you're going to roast your customers, you're going to roast your audience or roast your clients, but what the real kind of metaphor behind all this is the kind of ability to take things with a high degree of levity, specifically yourself. Now, it's not a rebuke to dignity. It's not a rebuke to, integrity or honor or anything like that. Of course, there's a time and a place for all of that. But, it's a way of, and it can't be funny unless it's a little bit truthful. It's a way of, to me, the ultimate metaphor for roast comedy, to me, the ultimate symbolism for what Don Rickles did. And if you listen to Rickles' stand-up specials, and anytime he roasts somebody, he always ends it with love, which is something that I try to do too. Remember, somebody write that down. Hashtag needling without malice. Poking fun without malice. Helping us to get out of our serious bubble and just help take ourselves a little bit more lighter. a little bit more lighter. Well, that's interesting, Flash. I'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, when does it turn from comedy to just out bullying? Well, I think as soon as, the best way to answer that is you can kind of feel it turn. It's not really that difficult to feel it turn. I think if, and you can watch this special and you'll probably be able to find out. But I think the best way to tell is when, the laughter stops and the needling continues. When you're not both in on the joke, okay? When it's just, I'm here to have fun at your expense. I'm here to put you down in order to have fun. That's where it gets, okay, this is enough. Now you're getting way too personal. You're getting way too deep. You're laughing at me as opposed to laughing with me. So when the laughter stops, okay, then you walk away, right? I love it when people make fun of me. Now, if you're going to make fun of my wife or you're going to make fun of my kids or you're going to, poke fun at my background or my whatever, then, I think you can tell. I haven't really done an autopsy on when it turns from comedy to bullying, other than I really have gone through everything in my life through feeling it out. I really do. I try not to cook anything. Charcoal gets boring. What did I miss? Let me see. Ed asks another question. If you're going to a club for a known public roaster, then you have no reason to be upset if they roast you. Absolutely. 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 And I'm telling you right now, Ed, I think we are. I think we definitely are. And yes, I agree, Christian. Rickles is a genius. If you like Don Rickles, you're going to love this show. And what they do here is, I do, when you know when to stop. What does that mean, Luis? Clarify that. I've always said there's a show on Comedy Central called Roast Battle. Yeah. They get judged on jokes. Exactly. This is where I can take this, and this is why I think. And make sure if you're just coming in to make sure to smash the smash button or like the smash button. I kind of like saying that. I don't know. Maybe it'll get redundant and old, but I kind of dig saying that. I kind of dig saying it that way. Neil, I've always been the class clown. You and me both, brother. Here's what I think it symbolizes. If you can laugh at yourself, like truly, genuinely laugh at yourself, I truly believe this with all my heart, that kind of levity and that kind of lightness, it permeates. It permeates into everything that you do. It's really about, again, it's about sort of an exercise in levity. It's sort of practicing how to laugh at yourself, laugh at the world, laugh at your problems, because getting upset about it, getting pissed off about it, getting angry about it, disorienting yourself, your family, your friends, and others is not going to solve anything. It's not going to help anything. So what does this have to do with content? Super Dave, good to see you. All right, you just smashed the like button. Thank you so much, Super Dave. I appreciate it. So thank you so much, Gord. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I do too. I think it's really cool. Don't you, Roz? I do too. I love it. I absolutely love this software. So I'm a real big fan. I haven't even begun to dig in deep to what else we can do with this thing. And yes, I think that it's really interesting that when I have people on a podcast or certain people on where I'm on a certain person's podcast, or even behind the scenes talking to influencers and talking to people off camera or in IRL, you can really tell the ones who take themselves very seriously and the ones who don't. And the ones who take themselves very seriously, I find it's very difficult to engage. What does this have to do with what we're going to talk about today? If you watch Bumping Mics, one of the things that I notice that they do that we can implement, okay, I'm going to get into this and then I'm going to answer your questions. Super chats always get first dibs, obviously, but and I appreciate your super chats. Thank you so much, Mike Paulus, for the $2 super chat. But what I've noticed that Jeffrey Ross and Dave Attell, who are two comedy legends, what I notice is that they don't overthink it. They don't overthink it. Nothing about this show is pretense. They've understood their craft. They've polished their work. They've polished their chops. It's almost like a really good jazz player. You know, they've studied the greats. They paid their dues. They've made a lot of mistakes in the past. They've put in the work, and now they can go out there and play and just dance. And that's what I want for you guys. When you're creating content to build your brand, when you're creating influence, when you're trying to impact an audience, grow your community, advance your career, when you're trying to engage your audience, especially with live video, especially with video content, and just content really in general, I know the number one thing that's stopping you guys is overthinking it, analysis paralysis. I've worked with plenty of clients who face this, plenty of students who face this, plenty of you who face this. And so what I would say is when you've done your due diligence, what this show really demonstrates, it's so loose. It's so loose. And when you bring in that looseness, you create this room. You create this space. It's not so rigid. Like I could totally deliver this live stream premeditated and just say, okay, step 1 to engaging content and delivery. What you want to do is, and even if it doesn't seem automated, right? Even if it doesn't seem mechanical or formulaic, let's say I'm delivering it very authentically, that's fine, but it's all premeditated. It still doesn't leave a lot of room for the audience. I'm a big believer in this, and this may come as spooky to you. I'm a big believer in what I like to call co-composition and co-creation. I believe that my audience, whether it's a book, whether it's a poem, whether it's a song, whether it's a video, whether it's a film, I truly believe in co-creation with my audience. I like to leave enough room for my audience to add their interpretation, to add their notes, to add their guitar solo just as much as I do. So by having that levity, by not taking myself too seriously, I just want to say that it really, really helps. It really, really helps to have that space. Yes, very, very well said. Very well said, Luis. Humanness. I love the way you said that. Thank you, Roz. I appreciate it. Yes, that humanness is essential. Let me see if I can get some HD going here. For some reason, my stream is not streaming in HD. Yeah. That doesn't make any sense at all. It should be fast enough. I don't know why that's happening. So in other words, by introducing that non-seriousness, being able to laugh at yourself, and actually acknowledging, hey, you know what? That was actually pretty good. That was actually pretty good what you just said right there. You got me. You know, one thing that I noticed that Dave did a lot, and actually both of them, I apologize, they both did this a lot, was whenever somebody got somebody, let's say it was an audience member, sometimes an audience member would get them, you know, they would actually acknowledge it. And it showed more vulnerability. It showed more rawness. It showed more realness. The number one comment I get from clients, and if you're interested in growing a business, if you're interested in scaling, my customers and clients, they have commented on one common denominator, and that is that it's so comfortable to talk to you, Nez. You're so easygoing. You're so loose. You don't try to command the zone. You don't try to command the airtime, okay, as much as other people do. You leave room, you leave breath, you leave space open for me to contribute. That's what levity does. That's the real biggest takeaway that I took from bumping mics, because you can tell that they're delivering their content in a way they're still sort of directing the ship, but they're allowing the waves to do most of the dancing, which I love. I really, really love. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I really have never had this problem before. I'm not sure if it's the software. I'm not sure if it's my internet. I don't know. I guess it must be my internet. I'm not really sure. I even put in airplane mode. I even put my phone in airplane mode, so I'm not really sure. I really, really apologize why that's happening. Sorry, guys. I wish I had an answer for you. If you know what it might be, then let me know. Let me know if you know what it might be, what I'm doing wrong. I would love to know. So how can we do this? How can we You got another bit of KIT on your stream working. What does that mean, KIT? Hybrid, talk to me. You got another bit of KIT. Are you saying the software? Change the bit rate. How in the world do I change the bit rate? How do I do that? You mean on my software or on my actual live stream on YouTube? Somebody tell me how to do that. It's the new bit of KIT working. Hold on a second. It might be running a high bit rate that can't cope with it. Thank you so much. No, I'm on Ecamm Live. I'm not on Streamlabs. I'm on Ecamm Live, which is a brand new software for in your settings, Nez. Okay. Let's see where I can get that. I even had the pixelation then. Yeah, maybe it's the software. I don't know, but I'm going to have to roll with it. I know. I really apologize. I don't know why it's doing that. I've never had to change the bit rate before because I've got a high-speed internet. So I don't know why that would be happening. That's very, very strange. So we're just going to have to roll with it, guys. I really apologize. I wish there was something I could do. I don't see where I can do that in my settings. Okay, let's see if I can change this really quickly. The bit rate. This is way too technical for me, probably. Advanced. Okay. Yeah, this could take forever. So I don't really know. I don't really know how to do that. That's going to be kind of tough. Sorry, guys. I wish I knew how to fix that. So that's what I feel. That's what I feel is something that I've noticed this. I was kind of inspired by this show. I mean, I was literally laughing out loud, at some of these. Like, I want to kind of just mention a few of these. I kind of want to mention a few of these roasts. Like, one of the things that Jeffrey Ross said, and if you look at, let me make this a little bit bigger. If you look at Dave Attell, it totally makes sense right here. But one of the things that Jeffrey Ross said about when he was roasting Dave was, he goes, you look like you're dressed the way that you're dressed. You kind of look like you have a job when you're growing up that you never want to have. When you see somebody, you're like, I never want to have that job. And then somebody from Saturday Night Live came on and roasted Dave and said, you kind of look like a hitchhiker who's picking up a hitchhike. Okay, so I think I just went live again. Darn it. What is this? Hold on a second here. Shoot. Okay, it just says, am I resuming the same? Did this completely die on me? How could I not have high-speed internet? I mean, I just tested my internet, and it says it's so strange. It says I'm coming in great. At least my stream says it's coming in great. So did I just go live again or did I resume? Is this the same? This is the same chat, right? You see, I'm so sorry, guys. Technical issues going live. Happens all the time. If I get another notice, I will let you know. Okay. Yeah, I've never had this problem before. Not really sure what's going on. Okay, so I'm still here. Okay, because it just told me that it stopped. I don't know why. I should have way enough RAM. I have no idea, but I should have enough. Might be your system. Interesting. Well, if it was my system, wouldn't this have happened before? I mean, I've done about 1,000 lives with this system. Anyway, okay, I'm done worrying about technical. There's nothing I can do about it right now. I'm just going to continue with the content and try to do the best we can. So sorry. Yeah, I notice it's buffering. Yeah, I notice it. I don't know what else to do about it. I don't know how to fix it. At least live. Okay, it's getting worse. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know why. Not really sure why. I don't really know. I've never had this issue before. So it could be the new software I'm using. But I'm not going to worry about it anymore. I'm just going to try to do the best I can. And I really apologize. Going 480. Jeez, really? Well, it should be going. It should be going. That's so. Yeah, it should be going 1080. That's crazy. All right. Yeah, I want to say that it's got to have something. It's got to have something to. Hey, Mr. Distractions. Thanks for coming in and talking to our class. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for being there and listening. That meant a lot to me, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you, sir. And thank you for being here right now. Make sure you smash the smash button, even if it's in 480p. We're having some serious technical difficulties, and I promise that I'm going to do my best to continue. I apologize. I don't know what's going on. Maybe if I get off YouTube and just keep it like this, we'll see what happens. Okay. So anyway, getting back to the show, let me put the let's see here. Let me see if I can put the, okay, there it is. So getting back to this, the show here. Yeah, so I was just really inspired, and yeah, I apologize, guys. I don't know why it's happening. I was really inspired by this show, and this is what I want. This is the biggest takeaway that I want to tell you. This is the biggest takeaway from the show. Hopefully this is coming in. Sorry, I don't know what to do. So one of the biggest takeaways for me is, and I want you to use this and implement this as well. I think even I had a client recently who has, I've got two overheads there. So I have actually had a client who's growing insanely on Instagram and YouTube, and they have like nothing fancy. Definitely not as fancy as this, which is not fancy at all because nobody can see anything, I guess, because I'm buffering. And this is what he does. He literally just goes live, or he does one takes of videos. He doesn't have a lot of fancy equipment. He doesn't have a lot of fancy audio. He doesn't have any fancy, gear. He just literally delivers his value as best as he can, and he is growing insanely. I mean, growing insanely. So this is what I want to share with you, and he rolls with the punches. He makes fun of himself. He laughs when he does content, and he doesn't take himself too seriously. This is what I want you to do. I would love to issue you guys, Nez Nation, a challenge. Your next video, Gord, I hope you're listening. I hope you're still here. Your next video, your next live stream, don't let this guy win. Don't let the guy inside your head. Don't let the guy inside your head win. Don't let him try to force you to change this or that. Don't let him try to force you to overthink everything or worry or constrain yourself with this factor or that factor or XYZ or this. I want you to just deliver the goods the best way that you know how to, and let the chips fall where they may. It may be a shitty video. It may be an excellent video. It may be none of the above or all of the above. Doesn't matter. I would love for you to issue this challenge. I truly believe the thing that I try to advocate here all the time is definitely don't fake it till you make it. Don't try any affectations. Don't act, okay? And just make sure that you're delivering with as much rawness and realness that you can muster. And I promise you, your content in your channel and your audience is going to grow, because people respond to what I was saying before and what I think the show really implements. People respond to that spontaneity, that creativity, where they feel like they're a part of it. They feel like there's space, there's room to get involved in the content with you. That's what people respond to. That's what engages an audience. You don't have to be formed, because this is what happens. It's the same thing I tell my speech students all the time. This guy starts to come into the equation, okay? And what does he do? He starts to say, hey, you suck, right? Hey, you're not doing it as good as you're supposed to. Whatever supposed to means. Or, hey, Do you see how you're fumbling there? Do you see how you're mumbling there? Do you see how you should have actually done this, or you should have actually been more prepared, or you should have actually thought about that, or you're not making sure that it's just all a bunch of gibberish. It's just all a bunch of gibberish. It's a bunch of internal gibberish. I think that it's very, very important to be aware of that. It's very, very important to also not beat yourself up and also stay away from this hyper-examination that can sometimes take place, because all that is a stifling force field that prevents you from creating what you want to create. It can also come in the form of, it also can come in the form of worrying about what, other people think. Well, if you worry about that, that's a never-ending worry. Hey, crazy guy, good to see you. Make sure you smash the smash button. Hybrid says, if you have to be fake in your channel, then you're never going to be real to yourself. And that's what I took away from this show. That's really the biggest takeaway that I got, was these are two dudes way past their, kind of younger days, but they're still in their prime mentally, and they're sharp as hell. They've stayed on top of their game, and they just keep delivering the goods. They know their song so well that now they can just go out there and sing it. They've paid their dues. I'm always a big believer that you got to pay your dues. I'm always a big believer that you have to put in the work, of course. You have to do your due diligence. But then once you've imbued that, once you've incorporated that in your DNA, then go out there and just dance. Go out there and play and watch what happens. Don't be afraid. Here's the number one thing I learned. Here's the number one takeaway I got from this show and from roast comedy in general. Don't be afraid of not being in control when you're out there. Don't be afraid of not always knowing step C, step Z, step G, step 15, step 26. There's a really good saying. You want to make God laugh? If you're interested in making the Almighty laugh, make plans. That's when he laughs the most. Or she. He or she. So, yeah. That is what I take away from roast comedy, and especially from this comedy special. And it's a really hot show right now on Netflix, and I think I highly recommend it to everybody. And what we can learn as content creators, and what we can take away from that, is that sort of spontaneous composition that's taking place in front of a live audience. How many live streamers do I have in the chat right now? Make sure and give me a fun emoji. Give me a fun emoji. How many live streamers? Yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. I've never had this problem before. I wonder if it has to do with, maybe is this just a bad time to be on YouTube? Yeah, I don't see any. Let me see. Let me go into options here. Stream size, stream aspect. Let's see. High quality video mode. Let's see. YouTube video category. Oh, that's interesting. Autoplay. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what... Hey, look who's in the house! D. Niman's in the house. How are you doing, D? Good to see you, brother. Fantastic stream you did this morning. Or actually evening for you, right? Are you still in Chiang Mai? I think you're still in Chiang Mai. We're just having a little bit of technicality difficulties right here. But make sure you smash that smash button, D, when you come in. Like the smash button. Maybe am I overdoing that? I'm probably overdoing that. I apologize. Okay. Yeah. So are we still having, how are you coming in, D? Can you see me and hear me okay? I'm going to bring in D's comment in here. D. Niman from the Nimanati in the house. Good to see you, brother. Stream size, standard. Okay. Stream aspect, stream options, recording. You know what? I wonder if maybe I should stop the recording. Maybe that's what I should do. Huh? What do you guys think? Maybe recording it at the same time is making it a little bit funkadelic. What do you guys think? Does that have anything to do with it? Thank you so much. Let me know. Yeah, I'm sure it was, D. I'm sure it was. Is that Sethi I see? Sethi and Stoney's. Well, look at Sethi's in the house. Good to see you, Sethi. Come on in, brother. Long time no see. How's it coming in for you? Where are you at, Sethi? You in London? Now is lagging more frequently. Sweet. How sweet it is. I got your lag right over here. Okay. Well, I'm not recording anymore. Let me get rid of the overlay. Let me see what happens here. Okay. Yeah, it's good to see you, Sethi. Fantastic. Long time no see, brother from another mother. Long time no see. It is really good to see you. You know, I mean, if you look at the Niminati is a perfect example. Be human, be real. Don't be afraid of not knowing what's going to happen next. And deliver the goods. Just deliver as best as you can. Trust. Here's another thing that I take away. This is a huge, huge takeaway. Everybody listen to this one. This one's really, really good. Currently in Belgium, back in Thai in January. Very cool. So here's another thing that I learned that was a really big takeaway from the show Bumping Mics. If you haven't seen this, go check it out. You're going to love it. So here's another one. And you know, I think this is something that probably a lot of you may have a problem with this, or just maybe not as comfortable. Good to see you, Stony Creek. Thank you for being here. You know, thank you, Flash. Always a pleasure to have you. Trust your intuition. I'm telling you right now, that is when I have been at my most on fire, most vibrant, most energetic, most real, most excited, most, you know, just me, really, just most myself, is when I trust my intuition. When I don't trust my intuition, man, you know, not only is there just a mountain of regret, but things don't usually go as well as they could. And I've usually let regret or fear or anxiety or somebody else's opinion or somebody else's commandment or somebody else's criticism dictate my life in some way or another, especially my content. As Hybrid said so eloquently earlier, if you're not being real, then you've got a fake channel. And I completely agree with that. So, you know, one thing that I noticed that Dave and Jeffrey Ross implement is they trust their intuition when they're out there. I mean, if you look at Jeffrey Ross, I mean, he's almost too relaxed. He is like so relaxed when he's on stage. And it's unbelievable. I would almost say he's too relaxed on stage. And it's kind of it gets me a little bit envious. Like, he's in front of probably one of the harshest live audiences, or at least the most critical live audiences on the planet, a New York City, downtown New York City comedy audience. And he's super, super relaxed and I think it comes from, and it's a natural confidence. It's not affectatious. It's not fraudulent. It's not fake it till you make it. It's a beautiful, real confidence that comes from paying your dues, that comes from doing what you love, doing what you know you're good at, and staying away from things that you're not trying to impose on others. You know what I mean? Like, I'm shocked, but, and I hope I'm not calling out anybody here, but you guys know I've been on LinkedIn since day one. I have over 19,000 followers, almost 20,000 followers on LinkedIn, which is not easy to do if your name's not Beyonce. And I'm not bragging. I put in my work. But you know what I've been noticing very recently, and very, very recently, is all of a sudden there's a bunch of people calling themselves LinkedIn experts that have never even spent more than a couple months on the platform. Now they're LinkedIn experts. You see it on YouTube all the time. Now all of a sudden they're YouTube experts. How long have you been creating content? How many videos have you uploaded? 3? 6? Now you're a YouTube expert? Really? Okay, that's interesting. So, and I'm not trying to, thank you so much, Dan. I appreciate it. And I'm not trying to call out anybody, and I'm the least judgmental person on the planet. I honestly don't judge anybody. You know, I truly believe that nobody knows what they're doing. Really, nobody knows what they're doing. Everybody's just doing the best that they can. Okay, but just related to this show, Bumping Mics, this Netflix special, the reason that they're able to be so themselves, the reason that they're able to be, you know, so amazingly raw and like they're locomotives of content. I mean, their mind is working so at optimal levels. I mean, they are just a well-oiled machine on stage together, is because they trust their intuition, they've put in the work and time, and they're not claiming to be something that they're not. It's a very specific brand of content, and they own it. They own their energy, and they own their delivery. That's another thing you got to do. That's another big takeaway on how we can incorporate and deliver better content by learning from these two gents. They own their energy, and they own their content. And the Niminati is a good example. Niminati is a great example. Dan Norton is a great example. Neil, Sethi, Hybrid, I mean, Flash, I mean, for crying out loud. If you haven't checked out Flash's live streams, you are missing out. Somebody do me a favor, Hybrid or somebody, Google Ecamm Live lagging problems on YouTube. If you don't mind, I'd really appreciate that. Yeah, D, absolutely, brother. And you definitely do. And, you know, acknowledge, don't try to pretend that you're perfect. Don't try to pretend. This is what I tell my live streaming clients all the time. It's okay. Imperfection, if there was ever a medium where imperfection is tolerated, it's live streaming. As a matter of fact, imperfection, mistakes, mumbling, fumbling, or making errors, actually, I've noticed this in my analytics. Engagement goes up. It's insane. I mean, pre-recorded video, not even close. But in a live stream, holy macadamia nut. Warts and all. Yeah, it's just absolutely fantastic. It's absolute. What's that right there, Hybrid? What's that link to? I don't know if I can click on that. Yeah, so there's a video for me. Okay, thank you. I was hoping maybe just somebody could tell me really quickly if there's something I could do really. I mean, we're not going to probably be on live that much longer, but yeah, I just wanted to see if somebody could tell me really quickly if there was some little ninja hack that I'm missing. Because it could be just YouTube. It could just be even though I just did an Ookla test and I'm at 325 down. So I've got really high speed internet. I don't know why this is happening. But you know what? It's all good. The show must go on. Here's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Look at what's happening right now as we speak. Yes, very good. Oh, yeah, definitely, Sethi, two separate beasts. I couldn't agree more. Absolutely, two separate beasts. And I think if you're, how many people in here are actually struggling on doing more live streaming, or how many people yearn to do more live streaming? You know what, Super Dave? I just went live on Periscope not that long ago. Periscope Producer using Ecamm Live, my brand new software. I love bringing the comments up. I love having the overlays. I don't know if you guys can see this dog right here. I'm going to change that. But that was, thank you so much, D. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, D. It's always great to see you. 6 a.m. there. Oh, my gosh. Me, I want more streams. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, let me know, like, who here and what exactly would be stopping you from, Modern Day Family Man, I definitely think you should do it. What is stopping you from going live besides, like, time constraints and family constraints, which I have big time, being a family man, having a wife. But is there something that's stopping you that maybe is beyond that? I would just love to know. Because I'm telling you right now, if you've been listening to this show, if you've been following Nez's content, you know that I think building your personal brand is your ultimate currency. It's your ultimate reputation. It's your ultimate resume. It's your ultimate testimonial. It's the ultimate testament to who you are, especially in this ecosystem, in this zeitgeist. And if you listen and heed that, I'm telling you right now, live streaming is the most immediate, the most community engaging, the most, I don't want to say easy, but there's less friction going live than a pre-recorded video. Your pre-recorded video, you got to plan it out. You got to location scout. You got to set up the shots. You got to edit. You got to do a lot of things with a pre-recorded video. But what is stopping you? I'm just really, really curious. Flash has some great live streams. Obviously, the Niminati has great live streams. Loving D's channel and his channel growth. Prioritizing. Okay, I see that. How's your little one, by the way, Hybrid? I hope your little one's doing really well, brother. I know you just had a little one. I love live streaming. Just waiting for my new iMac, says Roz. Not had one of those before. Only this MacBook Pro that is getting old. So I see prioritizing. There are a lot of work, though. Live streaming is easier to produce. Yes. Okay, interesting. Tech says, Luis says, no excuse. Procrastination. I have a talk with myself. New year, new me. How many people for the new year, they're planning on going live a lot more? How many? I mean, we plan a lot of crap in the new year, don't we? I don't know how. I'm not really a big believer in New Year's resolutions, but I'm a big believer in reminders, because that's what I am here on this channel, just a reminder. I've said this a million times. There's nothing original about Professor Nez. There's nothing even special about Professor Nez. I'm just a reminder of things that you already know. You already know mindset. You already know your inner game is more important than your outer game. You already know that the power to communicate your vision, your message, your purpose is your ultimate currency when growing your business and advancing your career. You already know these things. I'm a healthy reminder. And that's exactly what, I just went live on the T word. I can't say the T word, I guess. Apparently, but I just went live for the first time, D, on Twitch. There, I said it. Okay, now I'm in trouble. YouTube's going to ban me. YouTube's going to ban me now. That's such a bummer. I wasn't having any problem with my stream until I went live on YouTube. I really apologize. Let's see here. Sethi says, last year I committed to one upload and grew 120%. Wow. Backing it up with facts and data. My man flipped classroom tutorials. That is so awesome, Sethi. Love it. I mean, going live on, going live week. Streaming stopped. Okay. Yeah, that's actually really good. That's actually really, really good. I'm glad to hear, and I want to answer your question, Super Dave, in just a second. So I'm glad to hear more of you are thinking about doing this, because especially for the Nez Nation family, you guys, content creators, you guys are doing just, phenomenal stuff. And I think it's important to incorporate this, especially if you want to keep it simple. I'm a big fan of simplicity. This show that we've been talking about, Bumping Mics, it's almost too simple. It's almost too simple. That's something that I don't have to worry so much about. So you don't have to worry so much about, how do I create content? How do I get things cooking? How do I make, you can overwhelm yourself. You think about, how in the world am I going to build my brand? I can't write a blog. I'm not a video editor. I don't know anything about graphic design and creating photos and creating, Thank you so much, D. Great to see you, brother. Have a wonderful night. I don't know so much about these things. What am I supposed to do? Well, live streaming is a real immediate, easy way to do that. And so if you can just understand this concept, that imperfections, making mistakes, it's totally allotted on this platform, you will do beautifully. And number one capital thing is on live video, on live streaming, anything goes. Don't be afraid to lose control. Don't be afraid to don't understand for really just stepping into the unknown. When you hit that live button, you never know what's going to happen. Like, this has never happened to me before. I've actually never, ever had, a problem like this where there's so much buffering, and I went live on every other platform. So I don't know if it has to do with Ecamm or if it has to do with YouTube. I mean, my stream is really steady, so I'm not really sure what exactly is going on. But you have to be prepared for this. You've got to be ready for it. You have to understand that this is a part of the game. This is what happens when you hit that live button. You just never know what's going to happen. You really don't. You really have no idea what's going to happen. Anything can happen. So what is the big takeaway? How do you deliver that engaging content? I think a couple of things, and I highly recommend you all go watch that show. A couple of things that are really, really important, and that is this. Number one, take yourself a little bit lighter. Take yourself way less seriously. Do not take yourself so seriously. Who do you think you are to take yourself so seriously? Relax, breathe, okay? You don't have to work yourself up. By getting offended by in all honesty, Ed, I know we talked about this earlier. When's the bullying? Nobody has the right to bully you. Nobody can bully you unless you let them. Nobody can rattle you unless you let them. So think about that. Think about this. So this is really, really important. Thank you so much, Sethi. I appreciate it. So the more that you think about that, yes, thank you so much, Roz. The more that you think about that, the more that you engender that, watch what happens. Then your real self starts to shine through. Then your spontaneous self, the self that can play, that can dance, that can be, it is so fulfilling, y'all. It is the most exciting mindset to adopt. If you really take heed of this, if you marinate in this truth, watch what happens, and your content is going to shine. You will engage your audience like no other. Yes, very well said, Roz. Absolutely. What happened now, Neil? How many of you have smashed the like button? I don't see a lot of smashing smash buttons out there. Anybody have any questions? Super Dave, you asked me. Super Dave, ask that question again. I want to put that up on the screen. If you're still here, Super Dave, please. I would really appreciate it. Luis says, you are under control of yourself. Don't let others control, because at the end you are controlling yourself. Yeah, you have no control over what other people say and do, but you have ultimate sovereignty. Thank you, modern day family man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You're absolutely right. Way to say that. Yeah. So beautiful, Roz. Yeah. So why the waiting? Exactly. Thank you. I've smashed all 10 streams. Thank you, Neil. I appreciate it. Neil, are you up in the club right now? Thank you so much, Super Dave. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's classic. So, Dave, I think you were asking about Periscope. Is that correct, Super Dave? Yeah, I think a lot of people think Periscope is dead, but I don't. And by the way, if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the chat. Elizabeth, good to see you. Let's bring Elizabeth's comment up on the screen. Elizabeth, can you see your comment up there? How fancy schmancy is that? Isn't that cool? Really, really happy with this. I'm really happy with this. Let me see if I can bring this guy over here. Nah, I think it looks good. I think it looks better down here. Yes, Periscope. Yeah, so a lot of so what I've actually been doing, I've been using Twitter Audio Live, which I like a lot. I love the graphic that it puts up there, and I love the fact that I don't have to, make myself look all purty. I can look as disheveled as always, and I just love that. I think that's super, super cool. I don't think Periscope is dead. I don't think that there's anything wrong with Periscope. I know a lot of people who are still building a huge audience. I mean, if you say Periscope is dead, that's kind of like saying Twitter is dead, and we definitely know that that's not true. Yeah, I think you should, Roz. I think I should become an affiliate, actually. Yeah, it's really, really cool. It's really, really cool. There's got to be something similar, Flash, for PC. Or just get a Mac. Finally join the revolution, will you, PC? Give me a break. I'm just teasing. You see, I roast you guys all the time. You can take it, right? It's not mean. It's not malice, right? Yeah, I do too. I actually love Twitter. I've been getting a lot out of Twitter. So I'm on Anchor, as a matter of fact. My whole podcast now, Sethi, is on Anchor. So yeah, I would. I love Anchor because you can redirect your RSS feed there, and you can go live on Spotify, all the platforms, and you can monetize now. There's great sponsorship. I'm already sponsored by the Infatuation app. There's a great way for monetization on Anchor, so I would highly recommend you all go on Anchor. Yeah, I'm so like, by the way, Neil, I need to check out your Discord, by the way. It's going to be a hectic final couple of weeks here before I sign off for the month and go on holiday. It's going to be a hectic few weeks, so I apologize. I know a lot of you have requested, stuff from me, and I apologize. I'm going to get to that as quickly as I can. Yeah, you can monetize on Anchor now. You can get sponsorships. You can run kind of like it's sort of like YouTube for audio. You can do you can ask for donations from your listeners, otherwise known as memberships or sponsors or support or Patreon. It's like Patreon for audio. So I highly recommend Anchor. I've moved my entire podcast onto Anchor. So you can get everything. You can still find me on iTunes. You can still yeah, I really think you're right. Yeah. So okay, guys, any other questions before I get out of here? As always, if you're interested in understanding more about how to brand yourself, how to communicate your purpose, how to get that out there, share your story with the world so you can grow your audience and build your community, advance your career, you gotta subscribe to the channel. Hit the subscribe button, smash the smash button, otherwise known as the like button. We're here every single Sunday. I've got other channels on my T channel. I'm Professor Nez. I'm not going to say it, Luis. You saw that in the private group. And make sure that you join us every single Sunday, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. We go live right here, youtube.com/Professor Nez. Come and be a part of the chat. Get your comments up on the screen, just like Sethi's and Luis's and everybody else's. I want to thank everybody for joining. Flash, Roz, Neil, Sethi, Elizabeth, thank you for stopping by. D. Niman was in the house. Christian, love you guys so much. I really, really appreciate it. Super Dave, thank you for being here. Always such a pleasure seeing you guys every single week. It means the absolute world to me, and just fantastic. I'm 407 away from monetization on YouTube, or where is that, Hybrid? Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Christian. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Elizabeth. Yeah, Elizabeth, you got to get here earlier. You know us, 2 p.m. Pacific. I'm not Niman. I don't go live for 9 hours. I got a family to feed, man. Always, thank you so much, Hybrid. It really, really, and I'm so sorry. I apologize about the technical dificultas. I really apologize. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate it. Dan is in the house. Thank you for being here, Dan. It really means the world to me to have you guys here with us every single weekend, every single Sunday. You know, I'm going to keep bringing it. If there's any topics or videos or comments, any ideas that you're like, hey, Nez, can you talk about this? Hey, Nez, can you talk about that? Hey, Nez, can you teach us about this? Leave that in the comments down below, and I will turn it into an entire episode of Nez Nation Live. You know how we do it over here. Thank you so much. Oh, it means the world to me. It just absolutely means the world to me. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. 407 away. Okay, Hybrid. We're going to get you there. Get Hybrid up there. Get Hybrid up there. Make sure you subscribe to Hybrid. Yeah, I apologize, Elizabeth. It is. But Neil is from London. Hybrid's from London. They sweat it out because they know how worth it is. So, sorry, Elizabeth. I hope to see you next time. You can always watch the replay. We talked a lot about adopting the same type of mindset and big takeaways from these two legendary comedians in a brand new show on Netflix. And I think it's really powerful stuff, and I hope you got a lot of value from it. As always, love you guys. You guys are the absolute best. And I will see you guys next Sunday. Thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and you know that Nez is going to keep bringing it. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, y'all. See y'all. Thank you.